Now this puzzle part is critical, how you place your hands on the club. They have to work together as a unit, and you don't need to think about your grip. A lot like when you started driving a car, your focus was on the wheel, and then after you learned to drive, you could jump in the car and you were down the road and you never thought about that wheel. The car went where you want it to go. And that's what we want to do with this golf grip. We want to be able to teach you, and we're going to teach you how to place your hands on it so it's automatic. I want to show you a contrast between a baseball grip and a golf grip. We take a bat, and to make a level hit, waist high, we hold a bat in our palms. And as we go through, well, that would have been a home run in any big league park. The palm grip keeps the club level. But in golf, it's totally different. And this is a very significant thing to understand. In golf, we want the club down in our fingers. It's a finger grip, not a palm grip, because we're using centrifugal force. And as the club swings around, centrifugal force will pull the club head down to the ball so we don't have to make any conscious effort to hit at the ball. Like this, just back and through. Using centrifugal force to the max. Now your hands are the face of the club. How you place your hands is critical. Having it in the fingers is key to understand. Like skipping a rock. We have a beautiful lake here. If I'm going to skip a rock on this lake, I'm not going to hold it up in my palm. I'm going to hold it right down in my fingers so that I can get maximum release to skip it on a lake. Or like throwing a baseball. There's no power when it's held in the palm, but when I get it out in the fingers, I can really release that thing. So in golf, we want to keep it down in the fingers, and we have to have our hands facing each other. They're like twins. So pick up your yardstick right now, that little ruler, and I'm going to show you how to use it so that it's like your miniature golf club. And I'm going to use this little club here also to show that when you put your hands on the ruler and you hold on to it in a golf grip way, your hands really face each other, don't they? They're like twins. Let me use this little club to show you how the ruler then will become your little teach club. As we go throughout this tape, you can swing this in your living room along with me to get the right feeling. Now, when you put your hands on that ruler, let's identify the sides of it, just like the parts of a golf club. See, this is going to be the face, and right out here is going to be the toe, and this is going to be the heel. So you have your own little club here that you can work with and feel the correct positions as we make our swings in your own living room. We want to have it balanced, and that's a key thing in the golf grip, is to have the hands facing each other and balanced. But as that centrifugal force pulls the club down to the ball, the force goes right down into your left hand. It comes up the shaft, up into the left hand, and it's so important to have that left hand placed on there correctly. So let's just look at that in more detail. Now you probably don't know that you have a sixth finger on each hand. You use it to grab a hold of things in everyday life. It's a little muscle right up here by this dot that you use to hold on to things. And it's important to have that on top of the grip, never on the side, as you make your golf swing. I'm going to show you how you can gain that feeling. Nancy, would you come over for a second? Great. Now just put your hands to your side, and I'm going to hold this grip out and try to pull it away. And I just don't get too anxious now. Ready? I want you to grab it. Grab it. Okay, hold on now. Now I want to show you where she grabbed this grip. You see, she's got it right underneath that pad, and that's on the top. It should never be on the side. Now hold it on there. Okay, got it? Mm-hmm. Now I want you to take these last three fingers of your hand off, hold it under that pad, just hold it under the pad. Now I'm going to try to pull this club out of your hand. Now, I'm getting a lot of pressure out there, but you can see you've got a hold of it, don't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, now you should be able to feel that also. You may want to have someone test you with this. And when you open those fingers up, it gives you that feeling of where that sixth finger is. And when you make your golf swing, when centrifugal force starts pulling that club out, miles per hour down towards the ball, if you don't have it in your, down in your fingers here, if it's up in the palm, the club will slip down into your fingers, and it's going to wear a hole right up in the top of the glove. And this is one of the most common things I see. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Did you see that? Many of you have worn spots at the top of your glove. That's the first thing I check when I give people a lesson, is to see if that's worn. And it's usually because that club is right up in the palm. Now the right hand it's important also. And I want to show you how you get that feeling. And the right hand fits on the club much like a pistol on a gun. Just like this. You want to have that feeling. You may want to take your club and put your finger down the shaft and then just simply wrap it around, just like this. So now the hands are in a position to work together as a unit. Now I'm going to show you in more detail just what it should look like and how you can use your little teach stick to gain the correct positioning of the golf club in your hand. Now you can really see how my hands are the face of the club. In fact, sometimes I have my students grip the club this way. See, the back of the left hand should be in line with the face of the club, and it fits right on there. And of course, the sixth finger is on top of the grip, and the right hand is just like the face, and it should slip down, come right against. See, now my hands can really work together as a unit. They're not opposing each other. Now there are three basic ways that the hands fit together. And the first way is the baseball grip, or the 10-finger grip, just like this. I recommend this for beginning golfers and people that have little hands. Then there's the interlock, which is like this, the forefinger of the left and the little finger of the right, interlock. And then there's the most commonly used, and that's the overlap. Usually a person with a bigger hand size will use this one. So let's come back here now, and now that we see that the hands are the face of the club, and what I do with my hands really affects what's happening with the face of that club, right like that. Do you see that? Now let's take our ruler and show how it can be substituted, and it's actually the grip. So get your ruler out, and I'm going to show you how to place your hands on it to gain the correct feeling. Put it down in your fingers just like this. It should be under your sixth finger, and you can see I've still got it on there. Don't get it on the side. Down in the fingers like this. Goes diagonally across your palm, and then it comes over on top. Now when it's in a position like this, you should see two knuckles. I'm going to mark them with these little green dots. There we go. Just like that. So when you look down at your grip, you should see two knuckles. Now the right hand comes in just like you're shaking hands. The forefinger fits behind, and of course the ruler helps you to feel that. The thumb of your forward hand just kind of comes right in under this lifeline, and it rolls over on top. The ruler also helps you to feel that your right thumb is always on the left side of the shaft. Do you see this? It should never be around behind. Just like that. Now work with this over and over again to feel how your hands face each other and work together as a unit, because the grip should feel the very same way. Transfer it back, transfer that feeling back to your club like this, and work with it over and over again. I hope that really gave you a good feeling for how to put your hands on a golf club, and using that teach stick is a great way to get that feeling. Now in a good grip, you should be able to bring that golf club head straight up above your hands at a 90-degree angle without any tension in your arms. Those wrists should just cock up just like this and support the club, because that's what we want in a good swing. Now if I use a sledgehammer that's a heavy weight, out here I can really feel the tension in my arms, but as I bring it up to a 90-degree angle, the tension goes out and I could hold it here for a long time. Now as you make your swing back and through, that club should be supported by your hands, and the weight should be up above the wrist. See, a good grip will have that position. Now your hanger is one way to guarantee that you're going to get that feeling correctly. So pick it up, put it on top of the grip like this, hold the club head up in front of you, line the little hook up with the leading edge of the club just like this. And then when you put your hands on there, you're going to feel the correct grip. It's going to be balanced. The thumbs are going to be in the correct position, and when you put the club head down, you'll be able to raise that up above your hands just like this at a 90-degree angle. You can really see that in the camera, can't you? Then that gives the support to it. As you go back, at the top it's under and supported, and then also on the way through it's at a 90-degree angle up here. We're going to get into this a lot later. So use this thing. It's amazing, and it will really help you to feel the position of your hands. Now when you hold on to the golf club, you don't want to hold on real tight and squeeze the club. You want to keep a light grip. It shouldn't be real tense. And let's look at this little frog here. Now, if you hold a frog, you don't squeeze a frog. So when you take your grip, think about holding a little frog. Keep the hands firm, but not real tight. Now, the reason I find with most of my students that they have a death grip on the club is because the tension is in their shoulders. If you relax your shoulders, your hands can stay firm on the club and they won't get real tight. So, in talking about grip pressure, take the pressure off the grip by relaxing your shoulders. It's great. It's just going to really help you to work on that. Now, when you position your hands on the club, always bring the club into your hands with the club head above your hands. Don't wrap your hands around the club with the club head on the ground. And also, when you take your grip up here with the club head above your hands, it keeps your elbows down, which is the correct position, and you'll see in a little bit when we get into address position. Don't wrap them around, which pushes the elbows out. And also, have your pro check your grips to see if they're the correct size. And a good grip is one that has the ring finger that comes around the grip and barely touches the palm. If it's digging in, then you need some new grips. And lastly, remember to practice over and over again with this hanger, working on the feeling of the hands on the club and how they really put that club in a supporting position on the backswing and also on the forward swing. Grip changes are difficult, so take your time with them and remember that it takes time to learn these. Have patience, but it's really going to pay off for you when you use these training aids.